Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the A-01 podcast. It is springtime, which means a new anime season is almost upon us. And with that, our thoughts are turned to the fancy of not love, because we're anime fans. Yeah. We will turn our thoughts to the fancy of romance anime to fill the void. That's what we do. That's what we all do. So, of course, I am your host, JJ Piedra, and we also got our two cohorts. One of them who has taken, the other one is not like me. That would be Matt and Will. What's up, guys?
Oh, God.
Jeez. I mean, yes, one of us is
personally
currently married, if anything else. I mean, well, married.
I'm on my way to get married, man. I got a month of planning, 2 months of planning. I'm on my way. It's happening. It's happening. I'm on my way.
And as you said, dear host, yeah, it's just you're currently in April. I know right now in Japan they're currently in Sakura season, and I hear in the West Side, like I know they're starting to bloom right now. I know here in the New York area, the botanical gardens are open. I believe the Japanese section is currently open right now. If I correctly,
the festival should start soon. They usually plan around it, like it'll happen, but it should start soon.
Yeah, the Sakura Matsuri, if I go correctly.
Yeah, the Sakura Matsuri. Yeah, that should start soon.
Yeah. So, but heck, I'm thankfully glad that it's getting warmer for one day at time recording. Yeah, yesterday was like 80 degrees, and then boom, we're back to 50 degrees.
But that was so good. I gotta go to workout because of that. Like, yeah.
Wait, you guys get cold?
Yes, Florida man. Yes.
Florida man. Yeah, we get degrees below. What's that? Is it 16 the lowest you guys get down there? We get that.
Yeah, 60, 61, something around there.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Mama.
Yeah, although it is actually in the 70s today because we are about underneath like a massive thunderstorm. So yeah, that's why no sun can penetrate these dark clouds.
Oh God.
But yeah, that's Florida. I mean, March until probably October or somewhere like right before that. It's just like 3:00 every afternoon, random thunderstorm. Just how it is.
I mean, it's just basically how it is in any general tropical climate. If anything, I was like, oh, okay, happy sunny days, 30 minutes, rain, flash flood, storm. Like, the heck? It's never consistent.
Usually thought it was God trying to punish you guys with something you did, but I guess it's that too.
It's true. We would get like flash flooding just from one single afternoon thunderstorms. Like I think the record was a storm that put out 6 inches of rain per hour, and that's just like one storm, and it passed through in a matter of like 15 minutes, and the roads were flooded.
Yep. That's tropics for you. That's a tropics for you.
Yeah, it's the worst. I remember when in my youth when I was in Florida with my folks to visit family and go to Disney World. That was the time my parents were paid to love me. I think that's what they told me. But it is what it is. And we went there and it was a flat. Like I think it was July. And it rained from towards the end of July for like 2 days straight. And my parents like, we have to go back to New York. This is bullshit. I hate this country. That's what happened. Yeah, we lost an entire vacation. Lost. I was like, it's coming. Like, nope. It's gone. It's gone. The entire time gone.
Well, that and as well, many other nations are also going to hate this country sooner or later. Foreshadowing, yes, that would be more people. Yes.
We're setting up for the plot twist.
The plot twist, yeah.
But enough about that. We got a show to do, and let's get on to that show. In other words, I'm going to sit here and browse the internet because it's time for VTuber Corner.
Yep. We got an interesting month for VTuber news this month. Let's just call a spade a spade. Boys are icky. And by say boys are icky, apparently unicorns, you want to call them that, or people who let's be honest, Shiora Novella has an interesting fan base. She, for all intents and purposes, is a meta horror stereotype. If you don't know what that means, she's a broken psycho girl into weird stuff, and that's it. She likes reading trashy over-the-top novels. She has very strange, inquisitive questions to ask about, and her model is on point for a girl that's of that stature, right?
I mean, basically, it's the unhinged stereotype. Like, she's completely unhinged. Like, there's no way you can fix her. But there'll be boys like, I can fix her. No, you can't.
You can't fix me because you'll be abducted by a nameless priest. They're coming for you.
Yeah. It's like, you're out of your mind if you think that's going to happen. But, so what makes it interesting is that, recently, she started collabing with male VTubers, the boys from Hollow Stars, and people lost their shit for this. And I find this hilarious because this is what draws the line for you guys. Not that Elizabeth Bloodflame, Rose. Okay, Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame. Yeah, she collabs with boys. Not the fact that Narissa Ravencroft is a huge Oga stand for Hollow Stars. That doesn't, or any of the Indonesian girls are collab with boys or whatever. This is the line. This is where she or they betrayed you. I'm like, okay, this is, you know what? Y'all need to get off that goon juice and start touching that grass, okay?
It's like, what the heck? If this is what really, yeah, as you said, it's like, if this is what triggers you, like, oh, my favorite Oshi. No, you're talking to another boy. It's supposed to be mine. Dude, what kind of parasocial mentality do you bloody freaking have? It's like, come on, man.
She told you up front, and based on her character type, you are never going to get this chick, man. I mean, I'm sorry. This girl eats with scissors. She curses in Chinese, allegedly. I mean, this woman would be too much. She would kill you before you had a chance to say, I love you. You're done. It's over.
It's like, come on. Like, this is no different from what you see like on other medias and TVs or programs or whatever, like wrestling or whatever, or contests, whatever it may be. Like, look, I get it. You love your stars. You love your Oshis. You want to be, dude, do you really want this thing to make do you want to be responsible for the next Oshinoko moment? Like, do you want to be that serial killer who kills at that? Like, come on.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it breeds into that. You want to be that guy. And the worst part, too, is like, my brother in Christ, I'm going to be honest with you. If you thought you had a shot with a random internet girl online who, for all intents and purposes, is entertainer comedian, you might want to look into the mirror. And if you don't see yourself, you might be a ghost or delusional, okay? It's called crack kills, Pomuni was right. Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
We know. We watch it every Wednesday night.
Oh God! Yeah. If you know, you know. That's all I gotta say. That's all. If you know, you know. You deserve points for that.
So yeah. It's like, come on, people. Like, if this from this moment, if you don't like Shiori just because like, oh, collaboration with that, and you want to cancel your membership or whatever it may be from like either Shiori, other VTubers that you respect, and like, oh no, what the heck? It's just like, it's supposed to be mine. It's supposed to be me. Dude.
Yeah, it's like, and the thing is, like, to me, it's like, this also brings to another situation that I think is just like a more modern parasocial thing, that money, if I give you money, you owe me something. It's like, that's not how this works. I'll let you know personally. In real life, I'm an accountant. I deal with, I like to call them bozos. These bozos pay me for money to do things for them, but I'm not their friends. They will try to hit me up off record or whatever, be like, like, we're not hanging out. You're a bozo. Just because you give me money doesn't mean that you owe me anything. You don't have to give me money. You can go to someone else. Like, if you feel this is a breaking point for you, go find another Oshi and see how that lasts for you.
Right.
Hey, see, because me, a normal brained person, when I go watch somebody on Twitch, I don't actually subscribe to them or pay them money because, well, number one, I know they're a form of entertainment. And two, if they say something I don't like, I didn't invest in them, and I can just go, oh, well, that's unfortunate. Click.
Yeah, exactly. No one's putting a gun to your head.
Yeah, and it's like, that's the thing. Like, the money doesn't equal ownership. It's like, you could just watch someone else, and let's see how long that lasts. Because I guarantee you, if this is the line you draw, wait till you find out about the other girls who they collab or hang out with. Go to VShojo. You'll see like 5 streams of Iron Mouse hanging out with Kuro, or even K-san. Good luck with that, buddy. Like, I'm sorry, it's the reality.
I mean, heck, even like the fact that even when we're going back, like just a little bit, like when Iron Mouse also collaborated with Kai Cenat, who is the number 1 Twitch streamer all up there. Like, I don't like Kai Cenat, but I can respect Iron Mouse again if they have mutual respect. They're fine. That's what I just, again, that's them. And like, I love Iron Mouse, but I'm not gonna go to the point like, oh, like there's this point of view, I don't like her, like, because she's X, Y, and Z. It's like, okay, fine. Like, I don't like Kai Cenat, but I can respect if they have mutual respect for each other. That's it. Then I'll just move on with my merry way.
Oh, and by the way, that's 100% correct. It's like, there are some content creators I follow, and I don't like some of the content they do, whatever. Like, for example, I watch a guy called Frost Prime, and I love his content. He plays Play Aspire, And he's recently done a month ago, 2 months ago, he done a collab with Sea Dog, teaching him to play Slay the Spire. I'm not into celebrities playing celebrities. I'm not into people like scrubbily playing the content I watch in general. Because like it's fun for a while, but like I don't want to watch it. I didn't watch those videos. I watched his other stuff, and that's okay. Just learn to walk away.
Yeah.
That's what adults do. Like it's just insane. Like, oh my god, look, see how long you last doing this other stuff. I'm not like, you guys are crazy, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, enough of the boy ickiness. We got more boy ickiness. So the Hollow Stars unit, Armus, all of them got 3D debuts. Crispin Ruse, Octavio, Golden Bullet, and Gerard T. Drexler. They all got 3D debuts. They were pretty good. They had some good memes, stuff like that. Check it out if you're into it. It's a fun concept. I personally like Drew's the best, but that's just me because he's the worst idol there is. He's my least favorite idol, but I watch him the most because I'm there for the downfall, you know.
Okay, cool. All right,
that's a running joke, but yeah, it was a fun 3D debut. But it's like, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And my also opinion too is that like the thing about collabing off record is that collabing is fun. People like collabs, but to be super honest, collabs may not actually give you more viewers over time in this way. If like you don't like male VTubers, sure, thank you for proving what you're into. Are you going to watch their content? No, you're not. Somebody might, but it's not going to be you, and that's a problem.
So here's actually a thing, and I actually have something to say about this, believe it or not. Holy shit! But in my latest book, From Ash Volume 13, which comes out Monday, April 7th, by the way, pick it up. There actually is a story point where my character Renji decides to become a streamer, aka a VTuber, because one of my other characters, Korra, is also a VTuber, and he got his start in his debut by collaborating with Korra. How about this? A plot point I wrote that's actually relevant to what you're talking about. So
wow.
Yeah, so what you're saying is about how it may not be beneficial is that if you make a debut or if you collaborate, you're getting that VTuber's fans to watch you, right? So you're already basically getting their audience to watch you in hopes that their audience becomes part of your audience. But if you're like my character and just starting out, then their audience is only your audience. And if you stream at the same time, the other character does, who are they going to watch? The established person that they've been loyal to, or you who just made their debut?
No, exactly.
It actually hurts.
And by the way, that happens a lot more than you think. Yeah, it's like it's a cost. Like you're so like just I don't know. It's like I said, I personally think that if you have this weird feeling about them, you were never about that life anyway. You were never gonna be about it. That's A-okay. Just get some help. Like Kyla, stop, get some help.
Exactly.
Speaking of Kyla, and check the Armor 3 debuts. Kyla's got a brand new costume, a new I love it. Have you seen a new costume, Will?
I have briefly looked at it, but I'll probably check it right now. Okay, clarify for the people, listeners out there.
Yeah. Check. It's a great costume. I would. It's great. They redesigned her 1.0 costume, where it don't look like she looks like a giant penguin, and it looks a lot better. It looks more into what she is in her style, which I'm happy for.
Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing it right now.
Yeah. So I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting in that regard. They went for that option, and I'm pretty happy for them. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty happy for that worked out for them.
Yep, it's good. It's good design overall. So yeah, definitely happy for Kayla.
Yep. And if you've seen the 3D lore debut with it, a certain Time Warden has clocked out as was the actual voice actor for it. So that's kind of neat.
Ooh.
Yeah, you'll get it's Crony. Crony did the voice for it.
Nice.
It's so cool though. I really like the debut. It was really cool. So check it out. It's like 2 minutes, but her new costume's there. So it's great. Check it out. And we all should be happy for Crony's we all should be happy for Crony's situation because if you guys seen the meme, like everyone's the Kyla and Crony memes, like I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you.
I am not aware of this meme yet. I'm sorry.
Because so Crony's currently I think she knows she's up, but she was currently in Indonesia.
Okay.
And she's currently in Indonesia. She's currently in Indonesia.
Right.
You established that.
Yeah, with that. Yeah. I'm kind of flabbergasted because I had to drink some water because I'm super thirsty. So she's currently in Indonesia, and they've been collabing together of content. And the meme is that because Kyla and currently hanging out, so because her chat, like, I'm so happy for you, and they put the meme of the angry, like, red tomato just staring intensely. It's like I'm like it's essentially the seething of me. It's seething. Like, I'm happy for you, and there's a seething. It's hilarious.
Oh.
I think that's gonna be the title of this podcast. She's currently in Indonesia. I'm happy for you.
I'm happy for you. Yeah, she's currently So that idea is not happening, but. And speaking of being happy for, but not really, let's not really be happy about this. I got some bad news from HoloLive. So basically,
Yep.
Yeah, Nanasha Mume is graduating.
Yep. That's it. It hit hard. I mean, if you know the situation, unfortunately, yeah, you understand why she did. If you saw like from the hiatus, from the lack of activity on her channel, yeah, you unfortunately the writing was on the wall. And if you've seen her how she was, yeah, it explains it. And basically, because one, if you saw the announcement, basically Mumi has explained is like basically due to misalignment of company as well as personal health issues. Those are the primary causes for her leaving. So from what I could,
Bet you the two are related.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's misalignment with company, that means she's unhappy, and if she's unhappy, that could lead to the mental, impairment, I guess, depression, whatever you want to call it, and that could be personal health issues.
Yeah, personal health issues. She also had that too for her voice because. So, this is conspiracy posting.
Okay.
So, Mumi, in my opinion, her voice that she projects for the stream, whatever, is not as close to her real voice as it is. And to keep that up is very strainful. Plus, singing in that voice and acting in that voice cause strain for it. The company alignment has changed because, unironically, this is not conspiracy post. That's not conspiracy post. This is serious. The company's alignment changed where they're being more of an idol company and doing more shows and more product placements. They're not just a bunch of, I hate to say it, streamers who occasionally do idol stuff. They're idols who do streaming. There is a clear difference in that terminology. There's a reason why, like Bae, Fuomoko, and several other girls from various branches have decided to move or live in Japan. Because the advantages of being in Japan, you're closer to the shows you're being, closer to 3D studio, you're closer to training, you're more connected to the company in some way being in Japan. Yeah. So there is an advantage to that. The issue is that it seems like of all the people who graduated so far from Fauna and Mumi, none of them took the same principles that Amelia did, where Amelia isn't graduated, she's like on reserve and she'll show up for shows and get money through icons in that way.
Yeah. It's Raions as the affiliate, right?
Yeah. So that's the issue with that regard. So that keeps going. So in my opinion, I think HoloLive, now that I think they have public shares, I think something like that nature, right?
Yeah. Correct.
They have public shares now. They as a company are doing really well in regards to that they now have public interest. So there's a couple of things they have to do to make that money happen.
Yes.
To make that money happen, it's more idol shows, it's more TV appearances, it's more sponsorships. Now, a lot of people may not be cool with that from a standpoint because that's like, for all intents and purposes, great, I have to do a sponsorship for, let me think of a company, Crunchyroll. No insult to Crunchyroll, right? I had to do a sponsor Crunchyroll. So they have to do that.
Right.
So by doing like stuff like that, that takes out time for content that they might actually want to do or something geared towards. Like, for example, I know for a fact that I want to say that like Kyla and Karoni, but I'll say Kyla for sure. Kyla really likes doing her endurance long gaming streams, right?
Right.
But what if Kyla had to say, and what if people said, "Hey, Kyla, get that meme out the way. Kyla, you can't do. You have to cut your endurance streams down. We have a sponsorship stream from Crunchyroll, again as an example, that you have to do." Do you understand how that could be unfun for someone of that nature to do that? Like, what do you mean I have to stop doing that? What are you talking about? Like, well, that's what's happening. You no longer are capable of doing those streams anymore because, well, not that stream particularly. You have to now balance that.
Yeah, it's definitely when you have to be ordered to do what you normally like to do. Like, that's what I like to do. But but unfortunately, hires up asking that you have to do this to help keep our company afloat. It's like, okay, like, but doing this thing. So yeah, as I said, the whole balancing out your own personal interest that you actually enjoy that gives you the passion, while basically the ordered job from upper heads, because again, due to being in the public attention, like, okay, I have to do this, sponsor for Crunchyroll, I don't know, advertise for this game and then such. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Exactly. There's things like that, so that could be affected to that. So that not be the best for everyone, as well as Hollow Live has now pumped out a lot more. I would say the last couple of years, Hollow Life has made a lot more live shows happen. I think you and I talked to Mix and Max Kim about that.
Yes,
Cover USA.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. They're pumping out more live shows, and more talent has to participate in them. Even if the talent is not particularly a known singer, they still have to participate in that. And they have to learn how to sing and dance. That's time getting into it. Again, the company alignments have changed. I think that's a part of the reason why graduations may be more common in for Hollow Live, is because the company's more public. They have to do more things. It's not just streamers who may do idol stuff. They're idols who have to do streaming stuff.
Yeah, it just becomes more than what the initial passion that got you into the job in the first place is. Like, have to now balance out of the more orders that you don't like. It basically becomes the job. Like, you have to do the job.
This. Yeah, and for example, is the job. Yeah, so it's like, and by the way, I'm not even getting to the monetary income part of it, all that jazz. I think that is very difficult to get into, very nuanced to understand, because it's like there's price percentages. I believe there's tons of people to this day who are, I would say, conspiracy posts a little bit how much each girl makes, or contract versus like how much you make from super chats versus donations versus membership versus YouTube ads. There's a whole thing plus a base salary. There's a lot going on with that. I'm gonna just leave that at, that's between you and God kind of argument,
Right.
But I feel like I wish the best for Mumi in the future. I do not know if they're going to reincarnate. But the one thing I am hoping for that they do, and I mean this politely, is they get some help for their health situation. I believe that's a real that one has to be taken care of. I think their health has been pretty bad for them, and the fact they took a lot of time off and not be active says a lot more about, like, man, my health isn't good enough where I'm capable of being viable. You know what I'm saying? Like, my health is not good enough.
It's like when they had to go and basically choose, either continue with the job of being the streamer, but at the same time, this kind of one thing I appreciate for companies that actually do offer some sort of health benefits. And at the moment right now, I'm pretty sure the Hollow Life Cover Cup does offer some sort of health benefits. Hopefully,
they do. I believe they do, but I'm completely, to be honest, I'm unaware what they offer.
So and that's just regarding to the situation that going back to Mume, it's have to focus. By all means, I just want nothing but all these talents to focus on their own personal well-being and mentally or physically, whatever it may be. But please, whenever kind of job, I think that's kind of the recurring theme here regarding to any job that you have out in life, is just one, just take care of your health. If you have to take it all, take off. I mean, sometimes you even have to cut off one thing for your job or one thing or another. By all means, sometimes you just have to do it. And again, you only get one life. You only live once. You have to take care of your health.
Exactly.
And we're going to Mume. Her voice is special. And again, I'm pretty sure all her fan base, the Mooms wants her to be well. And if she reincarnates, then we'll see her down the line. But for right now, she needs to take care of herself. And by all means, I'm happy for her that she's taken out her time. And just how much an effect has it been? Because again, we pretty much lost the majority of council now. Again, we lost it Fanta. We lost it Sarah
Yeah,
we lost.
Sauna,
Yeah,
Fauna, and Mumi. It's like it's 60% gone. It's just
yeah. So all we have is chaos and time now. So it's like who would have thought that this generation would be such affected and outlet would be cut down short compared to, like, of course, naturally with Myth. It's just like, wow, it's hard. And again, but Bay took it very hard again when she shared her thoughts, and Crony as well, like just being on her side. She promised wouldn't cry, but you could tell how effective, how hard of an effect this graduation has, because now, again, they're the only two left of the original council. I mean, yes, Iris is there to help out too with Promise, to help out, to help balance it out. But yeah, it's just from a big change from the initial review of council. It's just crazy. But in the end, I'm just you got 1 month left with Mumi until she graduates. So until that time period ends, then by all means, just continue to support Mumi as best you can, because she's just special. And if we see her down the line, we'll see her down the line. Because again, we did see the other two come back one way or another. So yeah, here's hoping they do too. So by all means, but Mumi, we will miss you. But the impact you left in the VTuber sphere is everlasting. So hopefully we'll see you down the line.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's how I feel about it too. Like she, like, second 2.0, but it's like I feel like council is in a weird spot now, because like all the council members, like they're kind of difficult. They drift apart in different ways. Like Bay moved to Japan. She's in Japan now. Bay's in Japan. Crony's been traveling a lot lately. She is currently in Indonesia, but she's mostly stuck in Canada or the Great Time up north.
Right.
Yeah. I think, and it's like, it's interesting. Like, I know now it's now called Hope, because now it's just 3 of them. It's just her, Crony, Iris, and Bay. And Iris, I think, is mostly in Japan, I think, if I correctly.
Yeah. I believe she's in Japan.
Yeah, so it's like, we've slowly watched them drift apart. And I don't mean that as like, haha, like, no, like, we're seeing it now,
But from what I recall from Bay's stream, it's like, don't worry, you don't, like, at the moment right now, Bay is not in any time leaving, because as she said, she has things she wants to do while in this company before even considering graduating. So at the moment right now, Bay is still here. Crony is Crony. Don't have to worry about her too much. So again, that's why I said cherish what they have. Time you have now, because in the next few moments, like, eventually VTubers will be gone. That's just a fact.
That's something. Yeah, that's something. I think that's something like we'll need to also realize. Like the VTubers, they're like, that's not a long time with them, and it's like, it's crazy how how long he's been doing this for such a long time. It's like, that's crazy how long we had them.
Right. So yeah, all the OGs out there, indies, corporals, whatever it may be, if you find someone that actually resonates, cherish the time you have, because sooner or later they will be gone. So yeah, just a reminder of that.
Yeah,
quick reminder.
Yeah, I did feel that way too. Yeah, it's like, it's because it's kind of, I guess I think about it, it is kind of crazy though. Like it wasn't like, everything feels, it was like yesterday, but it's like in reality, it's like, man, it's been a long time.
Yeah, it feels like yesterday when COVID hit and when we would just discover VTubers. Right.
Yeah, like we're just vibing out here. Like, this is crazy, but it's like, but that's how much time's passed. It's like we knew them for like movie was like 3.5 years, 4 years ish. It's like, that's a pretty long time.
Right, I still remember like it was yesterday when Sana was doing her stream of Kirby Forgotten Land. She 100%ed, and that was her last full playthrough. Which, man, I missed that moment. That was a great time. So yeah,
that was a good time. Yeah.
So yeah, just a general reminder: make sure to enjoy again. Memento Mori.
Yeah. And speaking of Mori Calliope, man, she's vibing out here, right?
Yep. It's a bit of a later, more older news, but Mori Calliope didn't release is her new single. One I want to bring attention to. If you haven't checked out right, please check out her new song "Seeing Stars," which she has collaborated with Lotus Juice and composed by Shorty McGirl, aka the people who did Persona. Yeah, Persona 3 Reload. And while it's not official, this is basically Mori Calliope's original Persona song. So even if you check out her music video, the artist also did the gun to the head, if anything else. So not official, but it is a Shoji Meguro original with Mori Calliope and Lotus Shoes. So by all means, this is the unofficial Persona 3 soundtrack, if anything else. So by all means, check out that song. Is like pretty much representing of of Persona 3, of life in general. If you need something, just again, don't look back, look forward, and just find something to look towards. It's absolute vibe. So if you had a chance to do that, please check out our Mori Calliope single of Seeing Stars. Great song.
Cool. Check it out. No, great. And for speaking of independent VTubers, as we know that some people may take time, Ren Penrose, she's taking hiatus. She'll be gone for like a month and a half. I think she's going on vacation. So I wish her the best of the vacation. And if you're a Ren Penrose fan, check out her clip channel and her main channel. Tons of clips of her. So if you want to know who she's about, I recommend it.
And
that I think is going to do it for everything for VTuber Corner. Just don't be weird about dudes and enjoy the time you have with people because things don't last forever, apparently.
Yeah, before we end on the VTuber Corner, this is kind of going into bridging into the segment of other anime news, staying on the topic of real life streamers. Like a while ago, I mean, not to bring, unfortunately, I have to bring this up, because apparently, in IRL streamers, regarding to certain people that actually likes to be either be very helpful or just absolutely be creepers. And this is kind of going back to the whole Shiori thing as well. We're going to parasocials. There was one recent a moment in IRL streams, apparently a collaboration with Sina, Valkyrie, and Emiru that was doing one IRL streams, and unfortunately there was this one absolute creeper who threatened their lives on stream. It's just
wait, how did it's just so somebody showed up and be like, hey, you're my waifu now, kind of stuff, what's going on,
something like that, an RL stream. There was an RL streamer, a collaboration with Sina, Valkyrie, and Emiru, all known in the other streaming spheres. But apparently, there was one guy who appeared, I don't know, Strange Night, whatever, maybe. Okay, fine. Oh, that, just say hi, that. But then he's, of course, he just basically changed clothes and stopped by them, and just was absolute mental, threatened their lives, and it pretty much garnered attention from everywhere.
That's crazy.
Because I know we're going to a whole, if you haven't heard already, Somali with his crazy antics in South Korea, which he got completely bald and court in Korea and such. But yeah. RL streams is
okay. This is more IRL griefing streaming or nuisance streaming. It's a whole different. This is a whole. It's the evolution of prank streaming or prank content. Back in the day on early YouTube, a bunch of let's be honest, jackasses would do pranks online. They were not funny because people didn't like them. So, but on a very serious note, that was a thing, and that evolved into nuisance streaming and whatever happened, like Johnny Somali. If you guys don't know what Johnny Somali is, there's tons of videos about him. Here's a lowdown. Johnny Somali is an American, I have to say it, black person, because as a black person, I'm disgusted by him to admit that he's part of my people. But anyway, he's a disgusting human being. Overall, he goes to other nations and harasses the people. He did it in Japan until they booted him. He went to Korea. He's done so much harassment in Korea, from insulting women, people alive, whatever. The Korean people weren't going to take that, so they actually beat the crap out of him physically, and now he's being tried for court for deepfake and public nuisance crimes. He's just losing his mind. He has no self-shame. It's one of the very few people who I openly wish that if I didn't know their name, I also wish they never existed in Minecraft or Final Fantasy 14 online. That's all I got to say.
Yeah,
and this is really bad for us as normal people, as streamers in the future, because there's going to be a time in our lives where maybe we get enough money and we decide to go to a nice place like Japan, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, anywhere in the world. And because as new streamers are becoming more popular, they're going to look at us as Americans or us as a certain race of people like, oh, we can't deal with it. You're going to do something stupid. And they're going to have a horrible experience at the saving of all that money to go somewhere nice.
And especially if you the streamer are gonna be absolute crap, or if you're the stream sniper who wants to threaten people's lives, and unfortunately that has caught, like, if you call correctly, there was one Japanese live streamer who was killed because of an underage fan. If you call correctly, just one. Regarding to IRL streamers, like, one, please, that's kind of like I want to turn, like, why people don't do IRL streams anymore is like, one, your livelihood is threatened, and of course, naturally, if you're the streamer like Johnny Somali, hopefully there won't be any more Johnny Somalis out there. But if you are like that guy who is like, oh, like, gotta do this, do that, like, just be absolute dicks, like, or just being downright disrespectful to the country that you are a guest in, then I'm sorry, dude. You're just scum. You're just scum.
You scum. No, you scum. You suck.
And I think this is a good transition to the topics. We might just go right into it and go full throttle about Japan just wanting to, either limit or ban tourism because of shit like this.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah, that's so bad. Because, like, again, I mentioned earlier, I'm like, there's people saving up want to go to Japan. I know one of our friends, Andrew from the Outerhaven. He went to Japan recently, and he says, "Oh, I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna hook you up, Matthew, with some cool spots and vices I've been to in Japan." And it's like, I would love to have cool spots, but because these jackasses, I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do, man? What am I gonna do?
Yep. It's becoming hard now because of these. Like, unfortunately, one example spoiled a bunch, and like now they're on edge, they're uncautious, and I don't blame them. Yeah.
So, because when we go over there, we don't really have a lot of respect for their culture. Like, we were talking before the show that some people are carving their initials into like torii gates, which are like, ancient symbols in Japan, and you're like defacing
of Shintoism,
a culture.
Yes, especially that recent news and the real islands of Tsushima, which garnered national attention. I mean, I know Shibuya Kao reported it. Many other outlets reported it, like. And like to the point that Tsushima actually closed down to forests and tourists because of this event. Like, you are a guest. What in God's given right or heaven's given right gives you that idea that you can do something like that to history that's for millennia? How long it existed, and you want to do something at this grade for that? I mean, yes. There was also like, I don't know, from like one tourists in Greece that actually was like they stepped into a fountain, like a very million-year-old fountain, to refill her bottle of water. I don't know. That was like that one incident. Like, just what the heck? What you thought that was an okay thing to do? like
it's just bad because it's like not everyone in their lives gets a chance to travel outside of their home country. It's expensive. Travel. You're just gonna make time to do it. If you have a chance to do it, it's a great experience. I can definitely attest that it's a great experience. And it's like, the thing is, what makes it a great experience is you going there, enjoying the country, the food, the culture, etc. What makes it good is that the people there aren't going to be like propensive to you openly. Now it's like, man, I can't go to Japan, Korea, etc. because people gonna look at me. I'm a freaking American, and I'll be treated like crap. It's like, I can't imagine why that would happen. Like,
right?
Thanks,
so unless you get that Asian face that you have right now, that you are at least in the Eastern Hemisphere. If you're something else completely differently, unfortunately, you're gonna be placed that stigma and stereotype, which really sucks. It's just like, like. All your tourism, if you're going to go to Japan, whatever it may be, if it's going to be your first time, take note, respect the country. Like, don't do something that's like absolutely just like that is just blatantly says you're a tourist. Like, you did not do your research about the culture, whatever it may be. Again, you are a guest. You are in their home. Respect it. Their house, their rules.
It's insane. It's like, it's a great idea. Let me carve my name into your ancient shrine that you kept for, like, I don't know, since your early Shinto period. Let me be a public drunk nuisance randomly at a ramen shop. Let me be a sushi terrorist. Let me just like cough and put loogies on. Like, why are you doing this, brother? It's not funny. It's not cute. Like, in my opinion, it makes you look a loser because, again, this is the thing. I have a deep hatred. This is like off tangent. I have a deep hatred for people who are quote unquote rich because you have all that money and no brains. You have more income than I ever will have in my lifetime or this current period of my life, and yet this is how you squander it. Like, man, maybe you should be not around. I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't be like in my planet. I actually believe that to a certain degree. Because it's like, how could you be this rich and do all this stupid stuff? Because again, what if I end up getting money? What if I ended up like doing it? And I'm like, oh, because of your stupidity, I can't experience this. I have to like hope that a random Korean guy doesn't walk me down in a tracksuit saying, "What are you doing here, buddy?" I'm like, "Wait, what? No, I'm here, a tourist." "Oh, you're a tourist," and they start throwing hands at me. I joke, but it's not a possibility now. It's they made it all possible.
Right, and that's kind of dashing some of my dreams of going to Japan. And like I know my family has been to Japan many times, like a couple here and there, and like I have not been to it, but that remains my bucket list. But if these tourists does something like that,
tourists, put that out there,
it's like come on, like I like if I was like there, obviously show the utmost respect. Again, here and there, their home, their rules, do what they have. When in Rome, do as the Romans. The old saying goes. So in like overall, we'll cut it right here because it's getting long. But overall, if you're gonna do something like this, please don't. Like it's their house. Like yes, you are in their house, their rules. Again, it's their home. A king's home. It's their home. Like don't do anything that you wouldn't do in your own personal home. Like if you're here in America, in your own home, fine, you could do whatever you want. It's because it's your home, but you're in their home. Just a reminder of that.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. It just, like I said, it bums me out at a level because it's like, I do feel like there's gonna, again, everyone in their life should hopefully get enough income and money and go outside their country and experience it. Canada, Mexico, wherever. And if you have a chance to go to the Asias, which is a very arduous trip, I recommend it. I don't want anyone to have a horrible experience because of these fucking idiots. And it sucks because not a lot of people get to experience this stuff. And another experience getting robbed by jackasses who have more money than you to do stupid stuff. That's honestly my endpoint anger. It's like, you are richer than me, I don't care. But you represent us and you still do horrible stuff for the rest of us. And that means I will have less of experience in my life if I decide to do it. That's all. That's it.
Yep. Off the soapbox. Yep.
Off the soapbox. Yeah, that's it.
Yep, but I guess that could bridge into another topic which another people here in the West Side can tell us. Josh, you put this one in the topic.
Yeah, so speaking of culture, a different type of culture, anime and to an extent video games could be leaving the state of Texas because they have unanimously passed Texas Senate Bill number 20. Now, what does that mean? Well, the title of the bill, and this is a lot of, words because that's how law works, is relating to the creation of the criminal offense of possession or promotion of obscene visual material appearing to depict a child. Long story short, child porn. All right. So we got that out of the way. Now, the bill itself is more or less pertaining to the AI generation of child pornography. But the wording of the bill can be used to ban anime and manga and possibly video games from depicting any type of violence, any type of molestation, any type of interactions in a negatory fashion with a child. So it's not just about, the little diddle of the little kids. It's not about that. It's about everything else that could be seen as harmful to children or the depiction of harm to children in some form or another. So there's been a lot of backlash, and especially on Reddit, where people have been saying this is easily solved by just amending your bill to be a little more concise and a little more specific. Of course, it's Texas, more freedoms. Ain't going to happen. Didn't happen. It passed. So now what does the future of anime, manga, and video games look like in Texas? I don't know. Possibly nothing could happen, because like I said, the bill was mainly created to basically prevent AI pornography of children being from being generated, and also fictional depictions, and stuff like that. But anime, manga, and video games is all fictional depictions. So, I mean, it's going to be a case by case basis. I think I don't see Texas pulling the trigger on video games because obviously that's a huge lucrative business across the entire country and across the entire globe, actually. So I don't think they're going to go along with that, since a lot of businesses like Sony and Nintendo and all these other companies that have huge stakes in the United States are not going to be like, hey, that's a big state and a big market, we want that back. Anime and manga, on the other hand, it's not as big as video games, at least not yet. It's getting there. I mean, it's growing. But if Texas loses a couple of conventions, if they lose, if they block Crunchyroll, if they block Hulu, if they block Amazon Prime Video from anime viewing or whatever, that's not going to hurt them as much. So it's going to be a fine line from here on out. But the bill passed and anime could be screwed, at least in Texas.
Yeah, I know there's a couple conventions out there. Like again, San Anime. Like I know there's a couple conventions held in Texas, as well as plenty of dubbing stations who are in Texas in itself. Like I know in the southern areas, right? Aside from West Coast California, that's where either be here in California or in Texas. That's where the general dubbings are. Like some here in Europe, but not as much. So this bill we're going to this, what the heck? It's you can't. Okay.
The problem is that it's this is one of those laws, in my opinion, or situations that look past. It's harmful to whoever can enforce it. If they were able to add provisions what can't be enforced, that's the point. That means that, I'm letting you guys know, the state can harm you with open laws like this any chance they would get. I'm not trying to be paranoid. This is an actual fact because it's that open. It's not like they could close a loophole. It's not like we are only targeting making AICP. We're only targeting CP or explicit CP. This is so open-ended, politely, they could target anything they want anytime, depending whoever's in charge, how they feel about it. And those are stuff like, oh man, are we screwed? I'm like, this is my politeness. If you think you're screwed, you're screwed. Sometimes. But they can, like I said, they can enforce it. So it's based on whatever they enforce.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the situation. It's so open-ended. Like, will they? I'm not saying they won't, but whoever's in charge might do it because they hate you. That's the actual, not even a joke. They hate you. They'll do it. They hate you. They'll do it.
It's just
that's a future problem. So any of your favorite jackasses you hate will get you next time for sure.
It's just you do in the sake for this kind of case. You do it for this kind of reason, but in the offset, it's just like, you're just only creating more problems. Okay, you're doing it out of virtuous reasons, but no.
No, exactly.
You're just making even more problems.
And that's actually the point I'm getting at. It's like, yeah, it's not a problem now, but what if you had a guy 5 years down the line that says, you know what, I'm going to make my whole campaign against, I don't know, the perversion of things affecting our country, and I'm anti-immigrant or whatever, or anti-Japanese, whatever, it could happen, and they decide to target anime. I'm not joking. They could just do it and use this law to do so. It's so open-ended that it could lead to that. That's my actual fear, because it's so open-ended. It's like, that's a little crazy. Can't you be more specific? No. Like, oh, okay, I see what you're about. All right.
Right. So hopefully somewhere there is some common sense. But again, we're living in this world. There's not much common sense flying about these things.
No, I got it. Like I said, you're gonna have to hope. That's hoping in good faith it doesn't happen that way. But again, the paranoia always exists. They want to remove that paranoia. Just put the actual provisions in it to let that not happen. But they're not going to do that, because America,
More freedoms.
More freedoms.
Yeah, well, there's a simple solution. Crunchyroll will just go back to its roots and just become a pirate site again. There you go.
Oh God, yeah, that would be funny, and I would pay for that. That would be funny, and I would pay for that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, speaking of Crunchyroll, because I said that purposely for a segue, because I'm good like that. They have partnered with Aniplex Inc. once again, and this time they have created a brand new company called HAYATE, not to be confused with the Combat Butler. So what HAYATE Incorporated is going to be, it's going to be an anime production business focused on planning, developing, and producing anime content for Crunchyroll streaming service globally, minus Texas. So the joint venture staff, which will include employees from Aniplex and Crunchyroll, which I kind of find funny because their CEO, COO, and everyone else is from the Aniplex team, is basically going to be headquartered in Tokyo, Japan. So yeah, dodging all those U.S. laws. There you go. That's the answer for Texas. They're just not in Texas.
Just don't be in Texas.
Exactly.
Can't stop me if I'm not here. That's actually not a bad strategy. Can't stop me if I'm here.
Yeah, I'm not in that state. It doesn't affect me. I'm good.
But yeah, essentially this kind of officially makes Crunchyroll an anime studio now. So they're no longer a distributor of anime. They now can make their own anime. So how long do you think we're going to wait until we actually get exclusive Crunchyroll series only on Crunchyroll? Watch it on Crunchyroll, buy it on Crunchyroll, and do everything you can with the series only on Crunchyroll. I don't think it's going to take long. Probably like a year, 2 years.
Sony, of course. Yeah. Like they're gonna do anything they can to go. Again, we will have Netflix exclusive anime. We have Hulu exclusive anime. Like, yeah, of course everyone's gonna go for their own. Yeah, you gotta watch on this. You gotta watch on this. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah. You watch my platform now. That's literally what they're gonna tell you.
And it's kind of funny. Like, anyone just notice this cycle that we just keep going through with, and it doesn't matter what the medium is, right? You can apply it to anything. It could be video games, it could be virtual reality glasses, it can be anime, it could be streaming services, it could be anything you want to. It's like someone comes up with a great idea, every other company looks at it and says, I want to do that too. The market becomes oversaturated, and after it gets oversaturated, cannibalism starts happening, and companies just start eating each other to become less and less abundant, and then it just kind of settles out. And then you're just left with what's left over, and it's just all for naught. And I think that's happening right now in the anime industry because, I mean, Sony's been gobbling up companies left and right. They gobbled up Funimation, they gobbled up Crunchyroll. I think they have Aniplex. So they're just like rolling all this stuff together. Now they're becoming a studio to produce their own stuff because Netflix is doing it. So who's next? Who's going to be the next company to produce their own anime, And who's going to eat them and say, we have an anime studio? And then which anime studios are going to eat each other in the future, Because that's kind of what this is going towards. It's like monkey see, monkey do. I want to make money because you made it too. That's basically what this entire fucking thing is about.
Oh,
and
no.
Like I said, apply it to anything.
Yeah.
Anything, and it's the same.
No, yeah. This problem exists because politely, a lot of companies, in my opinion, I'm gonna be honest, no one's really interested, very polite, into being business. A lot of them are interested in becoming monopolies, or at least control most of the market. In order to do that, you need to swallow everyone else and hope for the best. The problem is if you swallow everything up, there's not a high probability you will be the winner. That's the thing people they're gambling on. They gamble on to swallow everything and be the winner. Mm-hmm. That doesn't happen as much as you think. Again, this is conspiracy post again. No, this happens a lot. A lot of your favorite mediums are ultimately doing the same thing. Look at streaming services now. Now we're trying to monopolize into that. I wonder why. Just saying, like, maybe the problem is the active monopolization of resources to make stuff and could be, one may argue, problematic. It is problematic in a way. Problematic.
Exactly.
It's funny because the only thing I could see, and the reason why this is happening, is because one company was smart enough to figure something out and make money from it, and all the other companies that were too stupid to figure it out for themselves just copy the company that was smart so they can make money too.
100%. Yeah, 100%. It's one of the reasons why, like, if you guys watch real life movies, notice how, like, after the success of like the first couple Marvel movies, everyone started racing to it, and then everyone just kind of petered out. Even Marvel petered out because the fad died. Like, I'm be honest with you, I love my superheroes, I love my comics, but that fad died out. It's over. It's over. If you like it, you like it, but it's not coming back.
Yeah, and the thing is like comic book movies weren't really that much of a hit back in the day. Like, you had the Batman movies, right? You had the original ones like Michael Keaton and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they did well, but they didn't really spark a revolution. I don't think it really started until the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. Like,
Oh yeah,
once
the
those were
2000s,
like a massive hit, like Marvel was like, we might have something here. And then look at all the shit that came after it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm,
And then everyone's like, we gotta get on this. I'm like, you understand it took them years and a gamble to do this. Now you're just copying me. That's not gonna cut it. You might want to do this thing called work. But that's the situation. Like, this happens all the time where like somebody had an idea, it works, and then everyone trying to monopolize it, and then it gets destroyed or it doesn't work anymore. Then you get the scraps, as you pointed out earlier. Because it's like everyone wants to race to monopoly your ideas rather than just make something. It's like, you could just make something. You could just make something. It's a lot easier to make something. I'm pointing out again. Because if you're just going to copy my idea, people will notice. I'm not going to be polite about this. People aren't that stupid. They're stupid about other things I can argue for hours on, but not stupid about this. This one's like, they know what a copy looks like. They know what you're doing, my good sir. Like, you just like, oh, Spider-Man came out. Let's come our own man. Tarantula Man. Isn't that Spider-Man? No, it's Tarantula Man. Completely different. Come on, guys. Trust me.
I get some like Chinese knockoff again. Like, we have Captain America, we have Captain China. I remember that one Jackie Chan movie with John Cena.
Yeah, Captain China. Yeah.
Oh, look at you, bad guy get beaten. Well, I guess dim sum you win and dim sum you lose, bitch.
Oh God. Would watch that movie 10 out of 10 with me again.
So yeah, I just laughed at it. I mean, when you see something like this and you just realize, oh look, Crunchyroll just became their own anime studio. It's like, okay, they just did what Netflix did because they had, this great success with it, and you're like, hey, wait a minute, doesn't like every company just like do that because they're too stupid to figure it out for themselves? Yeah, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about that stuff. It's like, yeah, I feel like maybe we should learn, and I do mean that. Maybe we should learn, because it's like there's a difference between like trend chasing. That's the way to describe it.
Yeah.
It's trend chasing. That's exactly the term. Everyone trend chases too much in a lot of mediums you call it, rather than do something innovative. And it kind of sucks in that way. This is a generalization because it's like it hurts the industry across the board. Again, this is a side rant, but it does hurt the industry because it's like you'll get people not to watch the thing. Like, as much as like, there's less. I think there's less isekais now during the bubble. I don't think we're out of isekai bubble. I think
it starts to lessen a bit, just a little bit. I feel like
we're out of the isekai bubble today. So but it's like you're sitting there and you're like, during the peak of isekai, God, I do feel like they did hurt anime, but everything was isekai. So like, okay, that's enough. Now there's less of it's a good thing, but it's like, yeah, this is trend chasing,
Right.
Yep, absolutely. And speaking of trends, it's time to trend into a new anime season. Well, actually, that didn't really work as a segue, but fuck it, I'm going with it. So yeah, the spring season starts literally 1 week from our recording this, or actually a few days from when we're recording this. I think the first show starts like the 1st of April. So yeah, we're a couple days away, and we've got our watch lists, or at least I do. And time to go through and tell you guys what we are watching and what I might actually end up dropping. Because yeah, I actually picked up like 6 shows for winter and dropped 5 of them. The only one I actually finished was the 2nd season of Solo Leveling. Like, the shows this season, at least the ones I picked, they sounded great on paper, but oh my God, they were shit in execution. It's like, I watched like a few episodes, and not a single one that I watched, it made me feel compelled to keep watching. Like, man, I really had to get back into the show. I had zero feeling for that for the shows this season. So I'm hoping this next round does something a little bit different for me. So the first one I am picking up is Can a Boy-Girl Friendship Survive? So yeah, this one is about childhood best friends, Himari and Yu. They make a vow of friendship, and it hits turbulence when Yu reunites with his first crush in high school. So Himari, who's never known the fuzzy warmth of a crush, must now confront her feelings. So yeah, essentially sounds like a cute little slice of life romance where obviously it's about friendship, and can a boy and a girl just be friends? Well, we're about to find out. So I will try that one. And this one caught my eye because even though it's not set in space, this gave me some heavy Cowboy Bebop vibes, and that is Lazarus.
Yep.
Yeah, especially since the opening theme song is like a jazz fusion song, just like Cowboy Bebop with no lyrics. Imagine that. But yeah, the year is 2052. It is an era of unprecedented peace and prosperity that prevails across the globe. The reason for this, mankind has been freed from the sickness of pain. So, yeah, there's a neuroscientist named Dr. Skinner who's developed a miracle cure, all drug for with no apparent drawbacks, called Hapuna. But guess what? One day he vanishes, only to resurface later. So it's kind of got that vibe that, how do I explain it? Almost like a banana fish vibe, where it's like that dark, gritty, urban type of vibe, but it's set in the future. So we're going to get a futuristic looking world, because we all know anything that's past the year 2025 has got to be depicted as futuristic. But yeah, the way it's styled, the way the artwork is, the opening song, this reminds me a lot of Cowboy Bebop, and I definitely want to check that one out.
I mean, I'm not to interject as well, because it is by Shichino Watanabe, who did Cowboy Bebop. So yes.
Well, I mean, there's that tie too. I mean, yeah. Yep. Next one I'm picking up is, ironically, the show that I just did the Volume 7 review for today, and that is The Beginning After the End. This is a Korean manhwa that has been adapted to an anime by Turtle Me and Fuyuki 23. Like I said, I just literally did the review of Volume 7 today. It is an excellent, excellent series. Kind of almost like a reincarnated in another world type of thing, but it just ditches the whole isekai premise right off the bat and just goes straight into like pure fantasy, which I love a lot, especially with the main character Art, spoilers, becoming a beast tamer and getting a dragon. Sorry, spoilers. But yeah, it is just the way the storytelling is. Main character is actually kind of overpowered, but not. There's like some limits and realism to it. It's not just like, snap my fingers and the whole world explodes like some of these other main characters. So it's done right. Like the power level's handled correctly in this. And I just love it. The story is great. So since I'm reading it, I am going to check it out. Another one that I'm actually reading and reviewing is the Shunji Family Children. Yeah, this one is like, if you love the whole I'm in love with my stepsister or step sibling, this takes that to the extreme, because it's a family of 7 children who on their 18th birthdays gets told by their father that every single one of them is adopted. And now all these little secret crushes that they've had on each other throughout the entirety of their lives can now be explored. But it's not just all smut and, all that fun stuff. There's actual good comedy here. There's really good character development. And I think I have 3 or 4 volumes in the manga. I think it's 3 that are out now. But even the 3rd volume just focuses on one character, gives you like their whole backstory, and makes you feel like a human connection to them. So, yeah, they deal with the whole, I have a crush on the big brother, whose name is Arata, by the way. But a lot of it is more or less about just going through life and trying to figure out how to be a family. So it's actually got some warm stuff to it. So it's actually going to be pretty good. Cool, plus, the etchy stuff will be up there too.
Exactly.
Yeah, to sell it. You still got to sell the anime. Yeah.
Hey, if there's one thing we learned from KSX, we love some sort of subtext of incest than anything else. But again, they're not related.
And of course, there's the 2nd season of Windbreaker. I mean, or as I like to call it, AR Dragonfly ripoff. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, the main character looks like Kaito, and his best friend looks like Takumi from my AR Dragonfly series. But I'm not going to complain about that again. But yeah, I love the first one. It's basically your high school delinquents just getting into fights with other high school delinquents, and I love shit like that. So be watching that one. Summer Pockets. So this one is to help manage his recently deceased grandmother's effects. The protagonist, Takahara Hairi, who travels to some Japanese town with a really long name I'm not going to try to pronounce during his summer vacation. As he gets off the ferry boat, he spots a lone girl standing at the pier. The girl simply gazes into the distance as her long hair flutters in the wind. He looks at the girl in utter bewilderment before he realizes that she can no longer be found anywhere. So this is kind of like I returned home, shit's going down, spooky stuff, kind of like a sci-fi vibe to it. So something definitely really weird on the island is happening, and it seems to be something with the time or the flow of time. So you know me, time travel, I love that stuff. I got to watch it. And lastly, this is one that I've heard a lot of good things about, especially in the manga side of things. So I've just never picked it up. And since it's getting a anime adaptation, I am going to try out Your Forma. So this one is in 1992. A pandemic of viral encephalitis shook the world. The medical technology that saved humanity evolved into Your Forma, an invasive information device implanted into the brain. So basically, it can help predict people's behavior, blah, 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 commit crimes, Minority Report type of stuff. So, yeah, I love Minority Report. This is like an anime version of it. I'm watching it. But, yep, that is exactly what I'll be watching next season. Hopefully, I won't drop any of them because they'll all be good.
You never know. You never know with these seasons.
Yeah, so, what do you got for us, Will? What are you watching next season?
Well, aside from a couple of the ones that you suggested already, Can a Boy and a Girlfriend Friendship Survive? Definitely sounds interesting. If anything else, just for some. Again, I love the Osana and Jiminy genre plot. Again, childhood friends. Come on, we need more of those things. Lazarus, again, Shichiro Watanabe, Cowboy Bebop, Space Dandy, apparently set in the same universe. So yeah, what's not to love? And here's hoping that it continues that trend of in that same universe. Again, hard to believe that Cowboy Bebop, Space Dandy, and now Lazarus is going to be in the same universe. So okay, I'm curious. Of course, there's naturally the typical season 2s like A-01 Wakaranai second season. So that finally came out. So yeah, more little cute slice of life moments in A-01-san. But of course, naturally, you got to talk about the culture, and one of them, pretty much if not the cultured show of the season, is going to be Please Put Them On Takamine-san. Which, if you have seen the trailers for it, basically, okay. Student Council President Takamine as a popular student. On the other hand, co-host Shirota doesn't have any friends. They all change when Kota accidentally discovers that Taka's ability goes back in time and alters the past actions by changing her lingerie. Yeah, if that ain't a synopsis, I don't know what is. So apparently this thing has something in regards to changing in regards to undergarment and changing of the past. So I don't know. I was like, okay, I know because the artist is pretty active on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and just does some very amazing art. So the fact that this manga series is being adapted is like, okay, this is gonna be that culture show of the season. So I'm curious, and there will be an uncensored version as well. So yeah, might as well go deep in. So Please Put Them On Takamine-san is definitely the show, the culture season for the series. Of course, not the other one that also keeps catching eye on, but I'm kind of pissed off. It is a short form anime, like akin to plus size elf-san, is Yandere Dark Elf. She chased me all the way from another world. So this is it's pretty much self-explanatory. Got reincarnated in another world, took up the mantle of a hero, slew the demon lord alongside the party, and as a reward, he returned to elf, resuming normal life. Unless, unfortunately, the dark elf that I was parting with, this chases him all the way back to the real world. Again, that's how to speak for itself. She chased me all the way from another world and just becomes the yandere dark elf. So, okay, again, I'm not usually the whole yandere type, especially for the unhinged characters, but if it's funny, it has some somewhat of a funny times with regard to how a yandere dark elf wants to chase you all the way. I mean, not like what we had last season with Yokuso Elf-san, which the elf comes through you via dreams and basically improves upon tourism of Japan. Yeah, I'm curious to see how this thing goes. I mean, obviously they're advertising as the other fan service, but again, it's only a short form, so 50 minutes, 10 minutes tops. So a bite-sized show, if anything else. So that's the show I'm kind of like, okay, might as well see what the heck's going on. Of course, the other one I'm one more show I'm happy about is Black Butler is coming back with the Emerald Witch arc. So yeah, more Black Butler if you want to go and see more of that, because it's Black Butler. Well, what's not to love? What's not to love? Other shows that I'm maybe curious about is this one called Kowloon Generic Romance. Apparently, this one is a bit more of a interesting romance / sci-fi in a sense. The synopsis is struck by a reality they didn't wish for. Some ask, do I not exist in this world? Can they confirm their own presence in Kowloons? Can they even smell and taste in this town filled with secrets and the Sound Secret of Kowloon. So apparently there is a bit of a sci-fi, like, do I exist? Like that metaphysical, that philosophy of like, yeah, is it even real? So that's the one thing I may pick up on the Kowloon generic romance is like, do you even exist? So there has that sense of mystery to it. So that's probably another show I may be checking up if it catches my attention, if anything else. So I'm trying not to put it too much on it, but yeah, those are the general shows I'm checking up at the moment right now.
All right, and what do you got, Matt?
Absolutely nothing except for 2 animes, which is the Yandere from the X Another World thing, because that seems interesting, and that's about it. I might check out the next season of Black Butler because it's been a while, but it's one of those that I'm old enough to remember I waited 6 months for a volume, so I might as well keep up to it.
Yes,
Like
yes.
you know what? It's a job now. I'm gonna hold on for myself.
Oh no, you waited 6 months. I had to wait a year for Kakurio, all right? So shut up.
A year, please. The 6 months. Yeah. Oh god.
But nothing compared to me waiting 19 years for a second season of Berserk and getting the 2016 CG bullshit they never got.
We do not talk about that. We do not talk about that.
Jesus Christ, no. Oh god. Oh my god, that's just like
we don't talk about
guess
that.
I hate humanity now. That's why I feel about that.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Now you understand how Guts feels. Like, yeah, after everything, yeah. What has changed since then till now? I wonder what has changed.
You say we feel like Guts, but my heart feels like Casca. If you know, you know.
All right. We're PG, right? Is that what I have to say? Are we PG? Oh,
we've been cursing all the time. You thought we were PG?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were PG. You know what? We're somewhere. We're parental. Well, we're some parental guidance. I don't know, man. Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, if that's all you got, then I guess it's time to do our recommendations for the month and see what we can put our faithful listeners through. Mental torture, softness, who knows?
Who knows?
So, Will, what do you got to recommend for us?
Let's see. I'm just looking right now. At the moment, right now, there is currently no manga updates at the moment. Like the next volume of Monster Musume is not coming out until May, so it's following up until in May. We're probably going to talk about something then. But aside from that, I really got nothing else in terms of manga wise. If anything else, the only thing that's like, I guess, quote unquote, anime, manga, whatever related in the sorts is yes. Please get ready for the upcoming news regarding to Nintendo Switch 2. Yes, it is Japanese, all that. And I'm just waiting for any possible parodies that's coming out or manga parodies that's coming out later on today. I don't know what it may be. But yeah, that's my recommendation. Get ready for Nintendo Switch 2 news. And yeah, hopefully you can get a pre-order and doesn't sell out like the original Switch release. So yes, I know. So not truly anime and manga, but it could be. It could be.
All right. And what do you got to recommend, Matt?
My recommendation is I have been catching with Blue Exorcist, but I just finished up to volume 30, so I'll call it the date. I would recommend Blue Exorcist. Volumes 25 to 30 are probably peak writing. Excellent stuff. I recommend that. But I also recommend the JoJo spinoff series with Whole Horse and Josuke. I believe it's called Shining Diamond Demonic Heartbreak. It's really good. The first 2 volumes are out. I recommend checking it out. That's really fun. If you're a JoJo fan, you'll enjoy it. The art style is a change because it's not Araki on it, but I still recommend it. The writing is solid, so I'm gonna put it up there.
Oh,
a must-have for JoJo fans.
Yeah, pretty much. And for me, well, obviously, I'm a romance guy, so obviously the only new volume I've actually read in the past month was A Star Brighter Than the Sun, and it happens to be a romance, so guess what? That's my recommendation. So here, basically, Kamishiro and Iwata were childhood friends. They drifted apart. Now they're in high school together. Iwata used to do a lot of things for Kamishiro when he was a kid, and all of a sudden he becomes Mr. Popular. So Iwata, who's never confessed his or her feelings for him, what happens when she finds out another classmate basically makes it known that she likes him too. So yeah, kind of a little bit of a love triangle there. But one thing I didn't like is they kind of ended the love triangle in the very first volume. And Onodera, who is the second girl, just becomes friends with Iwata and becomes her cheerleader. Like you had it right there, a proper love triangle where it wasn't painfully obvious that the second person was going to lose and you blew it. But despite that little, nitpick, it was still a pretty good first volume. So I liked it. And I'm obviously liking enough to give it my recommendation, not the fact that it's only first volume I've read in the past month. So yeah.
Wow.
I will have a couple of new first volumes though for next month as I'm starting a couple of new series. So we'll see what makes the cut. But yeah, other than that, I think that's going to wrap it up for us this month. So gentlemen, what are your final thoughts?
Okay, my final thoughts is basically one, obviously, Nintendo Switch 2 news, so I'm happy with that. Yes, okay, I'll stop there. Also, hopefully, it finally gets warmer as we approach into April now, so there's that. And of course, naturally, reminder of the Golden Rule, please don't be jerks, please don't be dicks, please don't be an overall asshole in regards to the rainbow. And just please be kind, please be respectful, dude, just don't be dicks. Thank you.
All right. What's your final thoughts, Matt?
My final thought is always been the best thought. Please respect. Don't be a jerk on the internet. If you can't help that, there's some more I can say about that. Just get a life, I guess.
Yes, touch grass. Yes.
And my final thoughts is don't listen to Matt and Will. Be a jerk because my freedoms.
My freedoms. Yeah, God.
Well, we're going
no, but seriously, my final thoughts would be, yeah, please don't suck this anime season because I actually want to watch stuff for once. Although, only watching one show last season was kind of comforting, gave me more free time on the weekends.
True. So don't overindulge. Don't overindulge. Yeah.
Yeah, especially since I went through a hell month in February with 21 manga reviews. The most I've ever done in a single month, and it just happened to be in the shortest month of the year. Jesus Christ. Yeah, but April's going to be kind of light. I think I only have like 6 reviews to do in April, but then Visipedia by itself has 9 in May, so 9's going to be pretty rough. I guess my rambling just means my final thoughts is just take it easy on me, manga industry. Same with the anime industry. I'm only one man. I'm only one man.
Yeah, I'm just one man. I'm just one man. Yeah.
I do hope, like as we approach into May, like I mean, we didn't even talk about like a whole Studio Ghibli thing, but we'll probably say that as that thing continues to develop.
That grows. Yeah, it sucks, but yeah, honestly, just don't be jerks online. Enjoy the manga you read, and don't be weird about your VTubers. Just stop. Like, look, man, they're people too. They're gonna do some things you may or may not like, and if you're down with it, you're down with it. If not, it's okay. Like, if you think collabing with guys is weird, guys make up 50% of the planet. I don't know how to feel about that, man.
Hey, if you want to read that situation, World Out the World's End Harem. That is literally that freaking plot.
Oh God, yeah.
Hey, look at that! You had another recommendation after all.
Oh God.
All right, let's get out of here for the month. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for listening. As always, we will catch you all next time. For Matt and Will, I am JJ Piedra saying Godspeed to all you out there in Radio Lance. Buy my book. Peace.
Bye.